You felt it before you understood it. The smile that lingered a second too long. The friend who knew things only you had told them. The sudden warmth from someone who had ignored you for months, right before they needed something. You told yourself you were imagining it. You called yourself paranoid. You buried the feeling because trusting felt safer than knowing. But a man who watched princes rise and fall 500 years ago would have looked at you and said one thing. You saw the truth, then talked yourself out of it. His name was Niccolò Machiavelli, and he understood deception better than anyone who ever lived, because he survived people who used it like a blade. And the fifth act of deception on this list is the one almost no one recognizes until the wound is already deep inside them. This is not a video about villains in distant courts. This is about the quiet betrayals that happen at dinner tables, in group chats, in offices, in marriages. It is about the gap between what people show you and what they are actually doing behind the scenes. Machiavelli had a brutal idea that most people refuse to accept, that human beings are not evil but self-interested, and when their self-interest collides with their loyalty to you, loyalty almost always loses. He called this seeing the world as it is, not as you wish it to be. Most people live inside the wish. They believe others are basically like them. And that belief is exactly the door through which they get betrayed. What follows are 5 of the deceptions he understood, and once you see them, you cannot unsee them. The first is the friend who studies you while pretending to support you. You opened up to them. You showed them your fear, your debt, your insecurity, the thing you never tell anyone. And they listened so well. They nodded. They held your secret like a treasure. Months later, in a room you weren't in, that same secret became a weapon, repeated to the exact person who could hurt you most. What looked like intimacy was reconnaissance. They were not collecting your trust. They were collecting your weaknesses. Here is the hidden mechanism. People who feel powerless gather information the way the wealthy gather money, quietly, constantly, as insurance. They are not always cruel. They are afraid. And a frightened person will betray you not because they hate you, but because your secret is worth more to them than your friendship, the moment they feel cornered. Machiavelli saw this in every court he entered. He understood that the people closest to power are not the loyal ones. They are the observant ones, the ones smiling while measuring. He would tell you that the one who knows all your wounds is never your safest friend. They are your greatest risk. Trust is not measured by how much someone knows about you. It is measured by what they refuse to do with it. The second is the person who befriends you only when you are useful. Think of the one who appears the moment you get the promotion, the new connection, the sudden bit of influence. Suddenly you are fascinating. Suddenly they always wanted to grab coffee. And then your usefulness fades. You lose the role, the access, the spotlight, and they evaporate as quietly as they came. You were never the friend. You were the bridge. And no one mourns a bridge once they've crossed it. Underneath this lies a colder truth about human attachment. Many people do not bond to who you are. They bond to what you provide. Your warmth, your status, your access, your validation. When the supply ends, the affection ends, because the affection was never aimed at you. It was aimed at what you carried. Machiavelli wrote about leaders who were adored in victory and abandoned in defeat, and he was not bitter about it. He was simply awake. He knew that love built on advantage dissolves the instant the advantage does. The lesson is not to become heartless. It is to notice when someone's loyalty has a price tag, even if they would never admit it. Watch who stays when you have nothing to offer. That, and only that, is the real list of people who love you. The third is betrayal disguised as concern. You've met this one. The voice that says, "I'm only telling you this because I care." The relative who undermines your confidence and calls it honesty. The colleague who plants doubt about your work, smiling, framing the knife as advice. You walk away feeling smaller, unable to explain why, because on the surface they did nothing wrong. They were just looking out for you. This is the most sophisticated deception of all because it weaponizes guilt. If you object, you look ungrateful. If you stay silent, the poison sets in. What is really happening is that your growth threatens them. Your confidence exposes their stagnation. So they shrink you, gently, under the guise of love, because a smaller you is easier to stand beside. Machiavelli understood that the most dangerous attacks never look like attacks. The ruler who wanted you destroyed would not come with an army. He would come with a gift, a warning, a worried face. Concern was simply one of the mask's power war. He would tell you to study not the words people use, but the effect those words leave inside you. If someone's care consistently makes you doubt yourself, it was never care. It was control wearing a softer face. The fourth is loyalty offered loudly, and only in public. There is the person who praises you to your face, who swears they are on your side, who performs devotion in front of others. But when you are attacked in a room you cannot see, they go silent. They do not defend you. They nod along with the people tearing you apart, then return to you the next day with the same warm smile, as if nothing happened. Their loyalty was a performance for an audience, not a commitment to you. The psychology here is simple and ancient. For most people, belonging matters more than principle. When defending you is cheap, they defend you. When it costs them something, when standing with you means standing against the crowd, they choose the crowd every time. Their loyalty was real, in the way a costume is real. You could see it. You just couldn't rely on it. Machiavelli knew that promises made in calm weather mean nothing, because everyone is loyal when loyalty costs nothing. He measured people only by what they did in the storm, when their own safety was on the line. That, he understood, was the only honest test of a human being. Anyone can stand with you in the sunlight. Remember the faces that stayed when the room turned cold, and never forget the ones that looked away. The fifth is the one almost no one survives without scars. Betrayal by the person you trusted most. Not the stranger, not the rival, the one inside your gates. The partner, the best friend, the sibling, the mentor, the one who had full access to your heart and used that access to wound you in the one place you never armored. This betrayal does not just hurt, it rewrites your past. Suddenly, every memory becomes suspect. Were they ever real? Was any of it true? You don't just lose a person, you lose your ability to trust your own judgment. Here is why it cuts so deep. You cannot be betrayed by someone you never trusted. Betrayal requires intimacy first. The closer the bond, the sharper the blade, because betrayal is access turned into a weapon. And the betrayer often justifies it completely. They tell themselves you deserved it, or that they had no choice, because the human mind cannot live with being the villain. Machiavelli observed that the deepest wounds in any kingdom came not from outside enemies, but from trusted advisors, from blood, from the people granted the keys. He warned that invaders rarely take the throne. It is taken by the ones already standing beside it. He would tell you that the price of deep love is deep exposure, and there is no way to have one without risking the other. The people who can destroy you are never your enemies. They are the ones you handed the map to your soul. But here is where you must turn the blade toward yourself. If every betrayal you have ever suffered came from someone you trusted, then somewhere, in someone else's story, you are the one who was trusted too. You have gone quiet when you should have defended. You have offered loyalty when it was easy, and withdrawn it when it cost you. You have worn a mask, told a small lie, and chosen your own interest over someone who believed in you. This is not said to shame you, it is said to wake you. The deception you fear in others' lives, in smaller forms, inside you. Only when you admit that do you stop being naive and start being aware. So what do these five have in common, beneath all their disguises? Every one of them is a gap between appearance and reality. The friend who studies you, the user who needs you, the critic who shrinks you, the ally who abandons you, the intimate who betrays you. All of them are people whose surface said one thing while their hunger said another. This is the whole of Machiavelli's brutal gift to you. He never asked you to become cruel. He asked you to stop being blind, to love people while still watching them, to open your heart without handing over your judgment. The world is not divided into good people and bad people. It is divided into the aware and the asleep, and only one of them survives with their dignity intact. So here is the final truth. You were not betrayed because you were weak. You were betrayed because you were trusting in a world that rewards the watchful. Do not let your wounds turn you cold. Let them turn you clear. Keep loving. Keep opening. But from this day forward, watch what people do when the price of honesty is high, and believe that, not their words. That is not paranoia. That is wisdom paid for in pain. Because the most dangerous people will never wear the face of an enemy. They will wear the face of someone who loves you, and you will only learn the difference in the moment. It is already too late to forget.